Ooh, guys, welcome back to Rewatchers Cancel. Streamlining the beginning. Told you it was coming. And now it's like,
No,
we're just not going to waste any more time with it, right? It's like,
no more time.
we're not going to have like an hour-long song while Rob fumbles around with controls. How about 5 seconds? 5 seconds, guys. This is it. Get ready for Rewatchers Cancel. What we're going to do. Ferris, nice to see you again, pal.
It's great to be here, man. Second week in a row. We got a roll going.
This is a thing. This is a thing that we're, we got, of course, Adelia on assignment for the channel. Still, it's a dangerous, dare I say, not very fun assignment she's on. But she's more than willing to take
German.
Oh, those Germans. Okay, let's get into Homecoming. God, one of my favorite. I love this episode. By the way, BTW. It's one of my favorites. I always look forward to seeing it. Its original air date here, Ferris, November 3rd, 98.
Wait, really?
It means there was no Halloween episode this year. They skipped Halloween.
Time out. So, Rob, you said November 3rd, 98. That's what you said, correct?
That's right.
It's 2 days after my birthday.
This is Buffy's birthday present to you.
Yeah. No, it wasn't really a birthday. It was the day of my birth.
Yeah.
It wasn't really my birthday. I was born 2 days before this episode aired. So
some people got gold. Some people got incense and myrrh. You got Homecoming. I'll take Homecoming. Yes. I'll take Homecoming.
Rob, can you think about it, Rob? So your favorite episode, one of your favorite episodes of Buffy.
Yeah. Will
is
now forever be linked.
Forever be linked with one of your favorite people.
With Ferris Mathana. I can't think of a better way to celebrate it.
Exactly.
To tell you the truth. Tell you the truth. November 3rd, 98. No Halloween episode this year. They're, the demons are supposed to take that day off anyways. So
absolutely.
Written and directed by David Greenwalt. Ferris. Important to note, this will be the last time he'll write an episode for Buffy.
Ooh, ominous.
He's got something else he has to get working on. I think he still directs another episode, but this is the last one he's going to write. You ready for the #1 movie?
Absolutely.
In your United States of America?
Hell yeah.
Proud American? Vampires. So there you go. How about that?
Yeah. That I knew. Actually.
John Carpenter's Van. Oh yeah, this is what's happening when the moments you've been born.
Yeah, I know this.
Let's think about this in context now. As the anniversary of Ferris's birth.
This is the Ferris episode, really?
Yeah. Do you want to know what the '1 song was in the US of A when you were born?
Yeah, because I think I already know it.
It's The First Night by Monica. Returning, saving you from a fate of having 1 week as the #1 song when you were born. 1 week only had the 1 week, it seems.
Yes. Shout out to Monica. I love Monica.
That sounds.
Are we talking about the R&B singer Monica?
We are. Of course we are.
Okay. It's one of them days.
We can't
repeat the song, Rob. My bad. I didn't catch the song. Monica, what song?
The First Night. She wants to get down, but not the first night, Ferris.
First night.
Yeah. Returning to the #1 spot. Reclaiming it just for your birthday. They knew. They all knew.
Of course, the birth of me is corresponding with a song about sex.
Yeah, sure. Well, it doesn't get so cheery after that. The #1 song in the United Kingdom.
That I don't know.
Believe by Cher.
Do you believe in love after love? Wait, how does that get bad? You don't like Believe by Cher?
No, that song was on literally every 15 minutes.
I love that. I love that song. Really, I really do.
You go to a bar, they play it 2-3 times. Ugh.
That makes no sense. Why would you play Believe at a bar?
Well, it was a thing.
No one wants to hear Believe at a bar. They want to hear like.
Well, back then it was like it had that. There wasn't too many people using auto tune. Had a dance beat to it. Yeah, it was good. Girls loved that song. Loved it.
Yeah, but if you're drinking like a Scotch in the corner of the
Yeah,
bar.
yeah, you're not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure at
You're
a
thinking
tavern
about how.
there isn't going to be too many taverns playing it, but like a nightclub is what I'm saying, like
Well,
a bar.
nightclub, yeah, but you said a
Yeah.
bar. Even bars wouldn't play "Believe" by
Oh, I'm
Cher.
sure they would. I'm sure they would.
What
It
bar do
depends.
you go to that plays "Believe" by Cher?
Well, I went to nightclubs in '98.
Well, yes, nightclubs, Rob, nightclubs, not bars.
Yeah,
All right,
I consider
nightclubs
it a bar.
have
If I
bars.
could get booze, it's a bar. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so.
How dare you? But also, the Canadians just had to make this worse, though, right?
What did they do?
They the number one song in Canada, a song so boring it would be a number one hit at the Bronze. It's a day like on a day like today by Bryan Adams. Oh,
What? Okay,
oh,
of course the Canadians have to ruin it. See, this
I
is
hate
your
it.
people, Rob.
Yeah, I know.
Get your people together.
I was fighting for other stuff. There's great music coming out in '98, and
Yeah.
it just never went to number one. I
Informers,
guess.
no.
Yeah, yeah. Was that '98? I think that was earlier. I think that was like '94.
Okay.
Maybe even earlier than that. Anyways, DVD synopsis time. As Buffy and Cordy leave for the Homecoming Queen title, or vie for the Homecoming Queen title, they are targeted by a group of killers preparing for SlayerFest '98. Were you prepared for SlayerFest '98 verse?
Apparently I wasn't.
No, not you were not. You were barely. You weren't even
2 days old.
You were not even. You were not even self-sufficient.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I had just popped out of the living room. That's what happened.
Home birth? Oh my goodness.
No, it was accidental.
Oh boy. Oh brother.
Well, that's the way my mother tells it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
She wouldn't lie to me, would she?
Of course not. Are you kidding me? On your birthday.
Yeah.
So, episode starts. Gang's discussing how they're going to get to Homecoming. Limos are expensive, according to.
Oh yes, they are.
Xander. Well, it depends on how many people you have. You know what I mean?
If you split the cost.
Like in Vegas, a limo costs like $6 to get back from the airport to down on the strip.
Really?
Well, if you have enough people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you have like 8 people or so, which it could fit. So, Xander wants the bus, or Oz says he'll take his van. Cordy says, no, I'm not. The Queen isn't going to take the van. So they get the limo. Xander kind of capitulates here.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. What a good boyfriend Xander is, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna put a pin on that. Anyways, it's a little awkward because Scott hadn't asked Buffy yet. So he does, she agrees, but everything seems a little bit off. And that's because Angel is over at the Crawford Street mansion. Buffy goes to visit him. She brings him.
He's fidgeting. He looks like he's just done crack.
He brings him a 1-liter container of blood. You know what? Now that is adorable.
That's sweet.
Yes. I don't even know what kind of blood it is. Maybe she doesn't either.
It could be A positive. We don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's a big day. It's a big day for him. But at least he's starting to, he's starting to look better. Starting to act a little bit more himself now.
Dead.
Yeah, she says that he's gonna be her little secret though. Not gonna tell anybody. She mentions Giles, and he felt hurt just by the mention of the name Giles, and well, maybe he should be. Tells her that
he murdered his love.
Yeah, and not even for food.
Murdered her to murder, and then he tortured him afterwards.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit, and made out with Drusilla. So there you go. Then so she tells him all about Scott.
That's not that bad.
She tells him about Scott. That was the only scene those two ever did together too. That's the one they're making it. She tells him about Scott. Scott is somebody she can count on. Ferris.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Scott.
The very next thing we see, of course, is him breaking up with her. So he asks her out, and the very next thing, oh no.
You know what? I don't blame him. I really don't.
I'm thinking Buffy Ann Summers has some issues.
Yes.
And maybe a couple issues there. Which, as a high school student whose ex was 200 something years older than her. Anyways, but
who loves to murder people and suck their blood?
That's true.
Yes.
At least part of them, deep down inside, does. Yeah, I think she takes it pretty well, considering the last time a guy broke up with her.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't do well. Ended up in LA for. But so we see that we have that classic look of the binocular, or whatever, staring at them. There's a couple of ne'er-do-wells, it seems like.
Hans and Franz.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
They're there to, I was going to say pump her up, but that's not great. So they're in a very high-tech van, Ferris, equipped even with a dial-up modem.
I know, right?
That, yeah, just the sound brings back awful memories. Now, we also see that their boss is Elaine Bennis's former boss, Justin Pitt.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my God, Seinfeld! I forgot. You're so young. Anyways, the
I
guys.
I have Seinfeld on DVD or VHS. I think.
If you, oh my gosh, how dare you? Oh, we're gonna bring a VHS later. Yeah, the actor's name is Ian Abercrombie. Tons of credits. I just know him as Elaine's boss, and then also as the wise man from Army of Darkness. Ferris, did you ever at least see Army of Darkness?
That's the Sam Raimi film, right?
The Sam Raimi, yeah, the third in the Evil Dead. That's the third one.
No, I've never seen the Evil Dead.
Oh, it's my favorite one. It's my favorite one. Did you say the names exactly? Well, not exactly. No. Yeah, it's great. Anyways, this you know what his name is in the show? They didn't even give the guys a name. He's just the old man.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Very straight to the point.
Poor guy. Doesn't even get a name. So if I just mention him as Elaine's boss or the old man, you'll know who I'm talking
about. Yes, I do.
Anyways, he's accompanied by somebody who does have a name, Ferris, Mr. Trick. He says,
finally, we found out his name. I forgot his name. I forgot his name.
You forgot.
I forgot.
Yeah. He's told that Buffy's the target here, Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
So you never. Yeah, well, they only see Buffy. They say that's the target. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we go to City Hall now. Important scene. Ferris, by gum, because we finally get to meet the mayor. Mayor Richard Wilkins. Turns out we find out right away. Bit of a germaphobe.
Yeah.
He's so pleasant though. He's always so pleasant.
It's always people like him.
Yeah.
That's good living life out of me.
Yeah, he's played by Harry Grainer. He's been up for 3 Tony Awards. Like he was up for Cats. He was like a lot of them. What else? He played King Arthur in Spamalot on Broadway as well. Nice. He's done good. He's informed of the folks here, keeping tabs on Buffy. He knows about it. And turns out these guys aren't very good dudes. Wanted for multiple murders in Germany, Ferris. But they can easily make it across to America. It sucks. He's his aide here.
This is the point of the period of Hollywood where the evil guys were the Germans. And after,
and Die Hard wasn't too far before.
Exactly. And then after 2001, they switch.
It gets different. It gets different. People's basis for history switches after about 60 years or so.
It used to be the Russians in the 80s, and then the Germans in the 90s.
True. Well, I think it was the Germans for a good little while, though.
Yeah, it was the Germans. Yeah. Well, that was back in the day. I'm talking about like in the modern.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah, you can thank Die Hard for the switch to the Germans from the Russians.
Yeah.
And Glasnost, I guess. Anyways, that aide there isn't actually the aide. That's the deputy mayor, Alan Finch.
Okay.
He has a role to play.
Rob, Rob, remember when they zoomed in on his hands and he was like, "Let me see your hands." And then there's the letter cutter right there.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna stab the dude. I thought he was gonna stab him, but he didn't. He didn't stab him.
So yes, he's told that cleanliness is next to godliness, as we all know. First,
that's why his mother never caught a cold.
That's what his dear mother said, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And then tells him to put the Germans under surveillance and wants to be kept up to date, and any other colorful characters that may be arriving in town here first.
Yes.
Yeah, seems like a real nice guy. You know what he's doing? He's looking out for the constituents, which,
Yeah,
probably not
it
going to
is
turn
an
his back on
election year.
him. Well, so the gang's all getting their photos taken. Did you have a particular favorite photo?
Willow.
You like Willow's? I like Xander's. Xander was ready.
She was ready to smile. Then she's like, "Why hasn't he taken a picture?" Then
Yeah.
she changes her face, and he's like, "Got her."
Yeah. Oh boy. Cordy's now eyeing up her homecoming queen competition. Buffy, of course, in the library training with Faith. Now, she isn't aware somehow about the yearbook photo. Nobody's told her about it.
No one's
Cordy
told her.
says she's going to go tell her, because Cordy is responsible for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Buffy is taking out all her Scott frustrations on Faith in the training room. So Faith tells her that she'll be her date since she's already bought the tickets,
Yes.
Might as well bring Faith.
Exactly.
It's nice to see these two getting along
It's very nice.
So well. Cordy's almost opened the door to get into the library, but there's potential votes walk by, so of course she's distracted. She walks away. Doesn't actually tell Buffy about the photos.
No, she doesn't.
Probably not going to be great. Now, Buffy meets up with quote unquote her favorite teacher. Now it's difficult for Buffy to call anyone her favorite teacher.
Yeah,
that
she's
person
never at school. She's never at
well,
school.
there's that. And then when she does call someone her favorite teacher, they end up dead. That episode, like that very one. But this time, this lady survived because she had absolutely no idea who Buffy was.
What's your name again?
Yeah,
Buffy Summers.
You're in that Amelia Earhart class that changed my life. I was like, who are you? All right, whatever.
Don't remember.
Gang's all at lunch. Cordy's campaigning. She's Buffy's now reminiscing about being popular over at Emory. She can only look forward to being on just an eighth of a page of a yearbook. But this is when she's informed that the actual photos took place the day before, and that Cordy was supposed to tell her. And she goes up to Cordelia, tells her that she's selfish. It's like, well, yeah. Cordelia says on her behalf that she's under a lot of pressure here, Ferris. Buffy says campaigning must be rough. Cordy tells her that she doesn't know how it works. It's not just flyers. It's being involved in school and having actual friends.
Absolutely.
The truth can sometimes cut worse than a lie.
You know it.
You know what I mean? It's just not monsters, blood, and innards. Buffy would have a good chance of winning that. So she challenges Buffy to win the crown. Buffy accepts, saying she's awoken the prom queen within.
Yes.
This is gonna. Oh boy. We now see Trick talking about competition. Speaking of, he's talking to those German guys. An old Buffy foe here, Ferris. If you remember Lyle Gorch.
Yep, the Gorches.
Yep. Well, he's a brother, of course. R.I.P. Yep. R.I.P. from Bad Eggs. But he's got a new wife, Candy. There's a hunter named Frawley here, and a spiny-headed demon named Kulak of the Mequat clan.
And Kulak.
Now, here's a couple of things about Kulak. He's played by Chad Stahelski. Do you know who that is?
What?
I guess you do know who that is.
Yeah. Yes, that's the director of John Wick.
Director, producer of the John Wick movies. He's also the guy that had to take over for Brandon Lee after he passed away filming The Crow.
Okay.
So he's the guy, and then they digitized Lee's face in a couple places. So yeah, so there you go. That's who it is.
He's also Keanu Reeves' stunt double in The Matrix.
There you go. Well, yeah, I think they've done a lot of. He's done a lot of stunt work. Yeah. He's been busy. He's been a busy guy. Now,
he's also going to be directing The Ballerina, a John Wick sequel.
Did he do anything with that the spin-off show about the hotel that Mel Gibson did?
No, they were not consulted.
Yeah.
And you can see.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe they should have been.
Yes,
maybe they should have been a little bit.
Ian McShane said they weren't consulted. He wasn't consulted, and neither was John. Well, Keanu.
Yeah.
Stahelski.
Yeah. Well, it's one you can skip over, I would say. Now,
yes,
Trick has gathered all these guys together for he gets he collects a sizable fee for doing so.
Absolutely.
And they get to hunt Buffy and Faith, an event he's dubbed SlayerFest 98. It's a day. Like it's better than SummerSlam 98 or whatever the other ones are. Woodstock 99, probably better than that. Now,
I think SummerSlam 98 was historic.
Could have been, but so SlayerFest 98. You know what I mean? And you have all those demons together at one time, trying to kill two Slayers. One had to drop out, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about that when we get there. Because the next scene, Ferris, starts what might be my least popular plot point in the entire series of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. When Willow and Xander are, for some reason, trying on homecoming clothes together before homecoming, the day before homecoming, in her room. I just didn't. I don't understand why they chose this. I understand why this is going to be done. Like something has to happen where somebody has to go somewhere. You know what I mean? But these two, why make them look like shit? I just don't understand why you're going to try and make Willow and Xander look like shit. Anyways, they talk for a bit. Xander asks what base that Willow and Oz are on by now. She won't tell him, so he assumes, it's rounding second and stuff like that. And then she asks about her, like him and Cordelia. He says a gentleman never tells, for goodness sakes.
Even though he tells all the time.
Yeah, comes out in this new outfit. Then she gets taken aback a little bit by him in his very 90s looking tuxedo.
Yes.
He says that she looks gorgeous. They each say their significant others are really lucky. Here, Ferris. Xander says he'll teach her how to dance, which is bananas. And then they start making out.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good scene for both people. It made them look like pieces of shit. I'm not gonna lie. Because because like all Oz has ever done is love her.
Yeah.
And this is how you treat him. Not very cool.
Not cool.
Even if you don't like Oz, that's fine, but you don't do this to him. You gotta, this, which is not okay. Which is not cool whatsoever.
You know what? It was not great. You know what this was? Not great. I can tell you that.
Not great at all.
They call it a fluke. Decided to get out of their clothes immediately.
It's the close's fault. It's the close's fault, by the way. That's what they said. It's the close's fault.
This time they get changed separately, or so we're led to believe. We go to the library. Buffy has a strength and weaknesses board up. She's doing some some intel about her competition here.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah, we got board for her adversaries. There's two of Cordy's weaknesses here: Bree and Xander. Which we all know.
Bree,
like the cheese. She doesn't like the smell. Right? She does not like the smell of Brie cheese.
Yes,
and also of course Xander. There's Michelle Blake. She's PB crazed. I'm imagining that means she's a peanut butter crazed. Like I can't think of anything.
Is she allergic to peanut butter, or does she love peanut butter?
No, crazed. Like she loves it. Like crazed.
How is that a weakness?
I don't know. Also dandruff though. Like
dandruff. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Friends don't let friends not use a medicated shampoo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Holly Charleston, another one of the competition.
Yes.
No boyfriend and an introvert.
This is so stupid.
She's going for homecoming queen. She's an introvert. Now she has a 3-person team assigned to help her here.
Yes.
She asked Willow for a database on Cordelia. Oz for help with the fringe vote because he's a bit of a weirdo.
Yes.
And doesn't get to Xander because Cordy's arrived.
Yes.
Cordy has entered the library. Now, it turns out Willow's made Cordelia a
A
database
database. Yes.
because, she needed it more. Oz's fringe vote goes with Willow. And Xander turns out, of course, is Cordy's boyfriend. And what a good boyfriend he is. Anyways, he got her new flyers.
Yes.
The Scoobies kind of slink away here.
Yep. Just
Giles doesn't get what all the fuss is about, and Buffy's a little perturbed by all this.
yes.
Obviously. Now, we get a montage here of campaign shenanigans mixed with Slayer killer trainings. We get to see Kulak produce like those throwing knife.
Yeah, man. That was no lie. That was actually kind of cool. That was pretty nice. That was cool, man. I was like, that's dope.
That guy eats a lot of calcium.
You think those are like a one-time thing, or can he keep doing that?
I think he's got to be able to keep doing it. Like, I don't know how long it takes to grow. Ugh.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it. Yikes. Anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Buffy runs into Scott. Scott says he's going to vote for her. Buffy, Buffy and Cordy start out doing each other with some treats here. Buffy has the cupcakes.
Oh, that was a cupcake?
Yeah.
It looked like a muffin.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought too. Except Jonathan later on, when he's being cornered by Buffy, he has that same thing and he calls it a cupcake.
Yeah, well, Jonathan's an imbecile. So.
Oh, Jonathan. Buffy and Willow.
He writes out Cordelia said, like, yeah, she paying me $6. $6. It took you $6. That's all it took.
It's one of my favorite things. I got that coming up. Buffy and Willow meet up. Buffy guilt trips her into giving her 15 minutes alone with Cordy's database.
Justifiably.
The killer Germans are.
I did save your life.
Spying with one of those big, like the first day she met her, has a big, huge spy microphone. These very 90s stuff to have there. And then they overhear that the limo will be picking up Faith and then Buffy for homecoming.
Yes.
Oh, well, this is where we see Buffy talking with young Jonathan. He has that huge muffin cupcake. Cordelia's already bought it for $6. Would $6 buy your vote?
Yeah, pretty much.
$6, for a school thing.
Yeah. $6 probably.
It's all secret ballot. Just keep saying yes to everything.
Yeah, because you could just vote somewhere else. You gotta listen.
You can vote your conscience, but as long as you take that money, go make that money.
Try to get a 10 spotter. Like 10 and it's guaranteed.
Yes, no problem. 100%. The only time it gets caught is when there's like 0 votes for that person. Anyways, Cordy and Buffy go at it here. Cordy goes a little low. Buffy says something about don't you have parents? And she says, yeah, I have 2 of them.
Ooh.
Which is, to be fair, Buffy does have 2 parents.
Yeah, they're just divorced. Like one of them's not dead.
One isn't around very much.
Exactly.
There's nothing that's happened to him. Now Cordy leaves now, and she tries to push Buffy, which isn't smart. You know what I mean?
I don't know why. I don't know why you would physically assault the Slayer.
Yeah, that's not smart.
I think she forgot that she was a Slayer for a minute. She was like some high school girl.
Yeah. It was just caught up in the competition. She was caught up in the competition.
Exactly.
Some names start getting called here. Xander and Willow show up to stop the madness. Willow calls it the first thing ever, and of course, it transitions at that time back into her bedroom. Is she talking about Cordy versus Buffy here? What's happening between her and Xander? Because it turns out that
they're charlatans.
Xander thinks it's about talking about them, but she was talking about Cordy and Willow at the time. Yes, unbelievable.
Yes.
Now she starts blaming
a lot of them. Sorry.
They start blaming themselves.
Yes.
It's like,
they should.
This
is your fault.
100% is your fault. The fluke made them overcompensate by helping Cordy, and now their entire universe is off.
Exactly.
Xander starts feeling sorry for himself for some friggin' reason. Yeah.
Felt sorry for himself. Sorry.
Willow finds his spiraling attractive. He has
Yes,
a thing with his mouth, Ferris. You know, when he's spiraling. No, she wants to know what they're gonna do about their thing. Yeah, I want to know too. I want to know why
I do.
they ever let this happen on the show. It drives me bananas. So, limo comes for Buffy, but it's Cordy there, not Faith. Ferris. The gang thought it'd be a good idea for Buffy and Cordelia to get together, hash out all their differences in a limousine, mind you, while they get to the homecoming dance by themselves. But as we pan up from the back, we see that driver is a German, Ferris. Oh, of all the limo places they could have bought, they had to get the one from Hans and Franz Limo Services. Not
That's
great.
what I'm saying, man. That's what
Not,
I'm saying.
it's not great. They have a couple of corsages left for them there, which, it's very nice, isn't it? I guess. So, instead of getting dropped off at homecoming, like you would think they would be,
Yes.
you know what I mean? They're going to the homecoming. They're dropped off in the middle of the woods. And somehow there's a tube television there, maybe a 20 incher or something like that.
Yes, with an antenna and everything. Yes,
a VCR tape.
Shout out to VCRs.
Unbelievable. Fully rewound, I would hope. They didn't have to search for this. A note that says press play. So somehow they also have power out there.
Mm-hmm.
The tape gets played. Trick's there. He explains SlayerFest 98. There was a countdown that started when they press play, and now it's only like 11 seconds. He offers them a nice death, Ferris.
Yes.
Which is nice.
How nice of him. How nice of him, by the way.
He is a gentleman, if nothing else. He may be a bloodthirsty, vampiric monster.
Yeah. Who's a big fan of the lollipops.
But he's not rude.
Yes, he's not rude.
He's not rude at all.
And he made it a competition. He opened it up to society. He opened it up to the community.
He's a businessman.
He's a community man.
He wants to make that bank, and I can't blame him one bit. Now, Cordy thinks all these people are stupid because she's not a Slayer.
Yes.
So how can it be a SlayerFest? And the TV blows up because it gets shot. Now the chase is on.
Which was not cool, man. That was a perfectly good TV. Why would you do that?
You know how heavy that television would have been?
Yeah, I know, but it was still a good TV.
Yeah, well, for 1998, a 20 incher.
Well, of course.
Yeah, it's okay. It was fine. You know
I used
what I
to have
mean?
a big old TV. I miss those big TVs.
I used to have some real small TVs, black and white TV, for God's sakes, when I was a little
TVs
kid.
are too skinny nowadays. I don't like it.
You don't?
And
you don't appreciate that they'll fit everywhere and they weigh nothing and they cost nothing. Like that television probably cost $700, which is bananas.
That's a valid point. But I hate the motion soothing. Don't do that as a default.
No, it's terrible. Get rid of
Yes.
it. And guys, also, when you have all the stuff on the side of your television and stuff like that, just
I need to get. By the way,
that's a showroom setting. You can just turn that off.
I also need a new TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's one in the woods.
Yeah.
There's a
not
bullet
anymore.
hole.
They shot it, Rob.
There's a bullet hole in it, but
yes.
They're not very easy to fix, I would imagine. Okay.
Yes.
We'll keep moving on. Poor Willow and Xander,
Yes.
all their shenanigans have led to them being mopey at the dance.
Mm-hmm.
And Faith notices Scott dancing with a new girl.
Oh,
Ferris.
Faith. What a monster that woman is.
Yeah. Giles notices finger sandwiches. So everyone's noticing something.
Yes.
Cordy wants the hunters to reason with her.
Yes.
And then warns Buffy before Buffy steps into a bear trap, which is nice.
Yes. Also, too funny enough about the dance, the song that's being played is about Willow. Yes.
Oh yes, of course. Oz wrote it for her.
For her.
Yeah, the lead guitarist wrote it for her.
After she cheated on him.
Well, right now is maybe an innocent mistake. Nothing is
we'll see.
Nothing is but we'll see. Anyways, Buffy gets out of the way of that bear trap. They get shot at. They miss that. Buffy grabs the trap, hurls it at Frawley, and that dummy steps into his own bear trap. Yeah, he had a couple lying around. Buffy picks up his rifle, which is something she doesn't do often. You know what I mean? I can't think of any other time, so she's picked up a gun. He lets her know exactly who's hunting her, which is nice of him as well. They got the most polite Slayer killers here.
Hey man, shout out to him introducing himself.
Yeah.
People don't introduce themselves a lot anymore.
Yeah.
Very rude.
Yeah, turns out there's a few chasing after him. He gave up that information easily. And then 2 of those bone knives are whipped at him. But miss. How does he miss? You'd figure
he does have a bear claw attached to his ankle.
No, so. I'm talking that Kulak threw those bear.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's an alien or a monster.
I guess so. But if you're this is your only job, is to grow things out of your forearms and whip them at people. But whatever. Good for them.
He probably then grew some more because he probably missed. So he had to grow some more.
That's true. Faith tells Scott, we're going back to the dance.
Yes.
In front of his new date, that their shared VD will clear up if they keep using the ointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Listen. Well, it's not nice, but
you know,
that could be embarrassing for Scott.
Shout out to Faith for being a loyal person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to Scott that he had to be collateral damage, but it is.
Let's take this opportunity to thank Faith for being a loyal person.
Yes.
Yeah, good to see. Hope she keeps it up.
My type of woman.
Yeah, Giles heads back to the library. Xander and Willow still moping. Now,
yes,
Buffy and maybe the worst monsters in this entire episode. Buffy and Cordy find a rundown cabin here. Cordy's so scared, she ends up admitting that she's in love with Xander.
Possibly in love with Xander, or some head monster stuff, or
maybe
something.
Buffy tells her she's going to be fine. They'll get to the library where weapons live, and Cordy will get the chance to congratulate her on winning the homecoming queen crown, which is nice. It turns out, though, anger is a great motivator for Cordelia. So she goes looking for a weapon now. She finds
a spatula.
She finds a spatula in a drawer in the middle of the room where most spatulas are kept.
Well, this rundown shack is probably run down. They probably had to move some furniture.
I was thinking, this is just a desolate rundown shack, except we're going to talk about something in a second. Also, that spatula has a wooden handle, which is very
interesting. Yes, interesting.
Yeah,
we'll put a pin on that.
She says she could either use that spatula, or she can use this telephone
that she also found.
That is also there.
Yeah.
So this rundown cabin has a perfectly good and working telephone.
Yes.
There you go. And it was it wasn't one of the dial-up ones. It was a press button one, which is a big deal. Big deal. Elaine's boss, though, is pinpointed their location.
Because they use the phone, yes.
They use that phone. Phone works great. Let the Germans write to her. It gets disconnected while Buffy is leaving a message for Giles.
Those damn Germans.
Yeah. Kulak, and again, how friendly are all of these people? Offers to cut Frawley's leg off to set him free.
Yeah, I know, right? How nice of the guy.
Yeah. Frawley politely declines.
Yes, no, I'm good.
Then you're on your own, pal. You're on your own. Yeah. The Germans are starting to advance on the cabin now. Giles hears Buffy's message. We only got to hear a little tiny bit. Turns out she got to leave a lot of message to Giles.
Yes.
And also, the library just has its own answering machine, which is odd.
Well, it makes sense.
Anyways, Cordy complains about being in Buffy's life. Buffy shows her the door, tells her she can leave. Cordy wants to know why Buffy would want to be homecoming queen, since she has this calling.
A big emotional moment.
Buffy wants to feel involved and have proof she was meant for more than just slaying a bunch of jerks. You know what I mean? But
she wants to feel like a regular person.
She wants to be a high school girl.
Yeah.
And then Kulak attacks.
That damn Kulak.
Cordy starts swatting him with that spatula.
Yes.
Which is smart. Buffy tells her to grab the rifle instead. So Cordy grabs the rifle and shoots a bottle on the wall.
One, nice precision. Two, why was there only one bullet?
Well, there may have been more. She just only got to shoot the one because Buffy yells at her to get the spatula again.
Well, no, because Buffy then tries to shoot.
I think the gun just jammed.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. That gun looked like it was a big gun. Yeah. I don't know how many times Cordelia shot a weapon before in her life, but it didn't knock her back at all. She may be an experienced marksman. How do I know?
My type of woman.
Yeah. Germans are outside now. Buffy's fought off Kulak and is going to shoot him, for goodness sakes, and this is where the gun jams.
Yes.
The Germans start to shoot a large grenade. I believe that's a grenade.
Yeah.
Into the cabin.
Yeah, or like a rocket bomb or whatever that was.
Yeah, like I was thinking RPG, which is a rocket propelled grenade. That's why I just shortened it down to grenade. So Buffy and Cordelia notice this. They say, "Okay, great, let's get out of here." Jump through the window. Kulak decides he's going to jump through a different window. Oh boy, that was boarded up.
You know how like the strength of Buffy to jump through the window while also pulling someone through the window as well.
Yeah. She's a strong girl. Yeah. Anyways, the cabin eventually blows up. Yes. So we can assume
Kulak's dead.
That we've seen the last of Kulak and R.I.P. He was a polite young man.
Shout out to Kulak.
He maybe had, he has a bloodlust in him, but
yes,
he was a polite boy. So Cordy and Buffy are going to race off now to the library, which has to be pretty close because everything in Sunnydale is
literally in running distance.
But they're going to find that the Gorges are already there, Ferris.
Oh, yes, the Gorges.
And they're waiting for Buffy while standing over Giles' unconscious body. So I'm throwing it up on the board, Ferris. Times Giles is knocked out.
It's another one.
9.
There it is. Thank you, Robert.
Up to 9. Gosh darn it. The CTE. Now, Trick's back with that old man. He's impressed the Slayers got away, since they have character.
Yes.
So Trick is a sporting guy. Plus, if the Slayers get away, he could just do this again. You never know. You know what I mean? There's a knock on the door. Trick answers it and is carted off by 3 officers, though, Ferris.
Yes. Where's the warrant?
Yeah, this is the 90s. Are you kidding me? Warrants? Oh my goodness. So Buffy and Cordy are now back at the school. They enter the library. Candy attacks Buffy. She's hitting her pretty good. Cordy throws Buffy the spatula, which is smart.
Yes. It's very smart, actually.
Candy hits her with a coat rack, but as she does it, Buffy kind of gives her a little jab with that spatula. And in a season 1 heart placement, right here, right about here.
Right in the middle of the chest cavity.
Yeah, nowhere near heart. Candy explodes. Lyle, unhappy about this. But
lost his brother and his lover.
Yeah, to the same lady. Like, oh my goodness, then she's a high school kid.
Exactly.
He's getting mad. He's gonna go do something about it. But Cordelia intimidates him enough that he runs away.
Yep.
So maybe Cordelia is the real Slayer.
Probably.
At least she's not. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous thing to say. Now, afterwards, what? Afterwards, Buffy discovers that those corsages that were left for them were actually bugged. But
trackers.
Turns out those Germans are up to no good.
Hey man, they're very innovative, those Germans, because the old man told Trick.
98?
Yeah, because the old man told Trick, hey man, you're bringing out these these dinosaurs. Look at us with our pinpoint accuracy and our trackers and all that stuff. But Rob, something does happen a little bit later.
Well, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna turn out well for them. All this technology, it's gonna be their downfall because here comes those Germans. They're wearing night vision goggles.
Makes sense.
But that school seems well lit. I don't know what good those goggles are going to do in a lit school.
Well, in the hallway, it was very dark.
Oh, I didn't know about that. You could see them quite clearly. Now, also remember that this school, this very school, not the Bronze, is hosting
A
a
homecoming event.
homecoming dance. There's
Yes,
nobody there. It's the most quiet that school has ever been.
yes,
Anyways, Buffy now has noticed them. She's drawing their fire.
yes,
She runs into a classroom. The leader starts. The leader's the old man starts giving out coordinates.
yes.
One guy stays out in the hall. The other one enters the classroom. Buffy throws her corsage onto the other guy's back.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when the leader says, "Now's the time to fire." And they end up shooting each other.
Yes.
And that's how you get rid of two Germans. Kill two Germans with one stone. Is that what the saying is? I think it's something like that.
Yeah, I think something like that. But they had two guns, so kill two Germans with two guns.
Yeah, with two machine guns.
Yes.
Yeah, not one person noticed
or heard gunfire at all. How loud was this music?
I just shake my head and say, America. America. Come on.
Probably. Yeah, definitely America. The beginning of our gun culture.
It's gonna get wait. The old man claims victory in SlayerFest 98. He's got those darn Slayers, back at City Hall, Trix meets the mayor.
Yes, he does.
He knows full well of Mr. Trix. That was bloodthirsty demeanor. He's not quite a man. You know what I mean? Mayor Wilkins. He does. Well, who wouldn't? That is the height of 90s style right there. Exactly. He lets him know that he's been mayor for a very long time here, Ferris.
Yes, he is.
It's important to know. He likes things running smoothly. And this is going to be a very big year for him. Will it ever? He tells him that children are the heart of a community. And they need to be controlled, though. You know what I mean? The more rebellious need to be dealt with. Ferris.
Yes, they do.
I think you can infer who the more rebellious type is that he's talking about. Trick tells him that his problem may have already been dealt with that very night, which is lucky for the mayor.
Yes,
he was very impressed with the SlayerFest.
Exactly.
He wants Trick to join his team, and Trick says, what if he doesn't want to join?
Yeah.
Things get a little bit ominous.
Oh yes, they do.
The mayor says that won't be an issue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The ominous music here. Yikes! Yeah, well, this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship here between those two. Back at homecoming, it's the queen is about to be announced here. Devin's going to do the honors.
Shout out Devin.
Shout out to Devin. Dingoes ate my baby. Despite what all they've gone through, both these girls won incredibly bad. Cordy, Buffy, they're right up front. Dirty. They haven't cleaned, but
mud wrestled. Some people may have said.
Bit, yeah. There's been so many deaths.
Absolutely.
So, good news. Good news for them. The winners. It's going to be a tie for the first time.
Yeah.
Sunnydale history. It's going to be a tie. The bad news, of course, it's going to be Holly Charleston and Michelle Blake.
Yeah, we're not the tie. Yep, absolutely.
Homecoming 98 co-queens. Congratulations to those two. I hope I hope Michelle does get the Head and Shoulders or the special shampoo.
And I hope they both eat PB and J sandwiches.
Maybe that's how they could celebrate.
PB sandwiches.
Yeah, I don't even know if she likes jam. Anyway, Buffy and Cordy leave and discuss. That's the episode. What an episode. Homecoming. Next, you think that's good? Maybe they up it. I think they might up it.
Can't wait.
The next episode. An all-time classic. We're going to have our pal Brendan Marr joining us for Ben Candy. Yeah, Ferris, you're in for a treat. Like, I wish I could be you
baby.
And have never seen this episode before. I love it.
I'm excited this week. I'm very excited.
Fantastic. Well, Ferris, I was excited that you were able to join me here.
Well, thank you, Rob.
Can you tell anybody what you're going to be up to here on the Let's Get Ready Networks?
Yes. Today, probably at 5, we're doing our fantasy football roundup. TBD, probably not. Then tomorrow at special time at 2:00, actually, We're doing it an hour earlier. We're doing Good Friends, Better Rivals, where we talk NFC East American football. That's on our highlights channel. That's on our sports channel.
Yeah, speaking of.
And then Sunday, I'll be doing the Penguin post-credit scene on this channel Sunday.
Look how busy. Look how busy. I've got a show over on the highlights, the sports channel. We've got the starting 11. You were gracious enough to join me this past week. We'll be talking about the next week of English Premier League football next Tuesday and every Tuesday live on starting 11. Delia should be back to round out the week with me. Over here, of course, on the entertainment side, LGRN after Stein. Look at this. Look at this. The merch. Showing off the merch. Baby. That's Danny and I show. We'll be talking this weekend, talking about what we think is going to happen in the finale for Agatha all along, and the assorted other stuff we'll talk about. Probably talk about mostly a whole bunch of other things, and then just touch on the Agatha episode, I'm imagining. And then, of course, this show, Thursdays here on the Let's Get Ready Network. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And as they say, en français, adieu and bye-bye.
Oh my
God. Okay, come on.
Sorry.
That's not a polite way to say it.